All right, welcome to the Cole and Dre podcast. I'm Cole.
And this is Dre. What's up, world?
Well, we're back.
Like a mug.
Hey, man, so Gervonta Davis, Gervonta Tank Davis came through with that tank on Rolly Romero ass. But now, I did give Rolly, I gave him 4, maybe 5 of those 6 rounds.
Right.
At the time. I think I gave him 4 rounds. It wasn't an active fight, but if you're a fight fan, like we fight fans, so we kind of understood that that Gervonta was pretty much like, I'm just gonna set your ass up for this shot and see how you take it, and of course he didn't take it well.
That's kind of what I was doing. I kind of watched the fight in anticipation of the knockout, like I knew it was coming because I just saw Rolly. He a little awkward fighter. You can tell he's not well polished with his boxing skills, in my opinion. Yeah. And I knew it was only a matter of time. Like, and when it happened, I was like, oh, there we go.
I think I don't know if I think it was in the 2nd or the 3rd round. He hurt Tank.
Yeah, he did.
He hit Tank with some shit and hurt him.
But I think Tank is subject to get hit. But I think he got a good chin. He was in to me it is like he was in great shape this fight.
Oh, he was in great shape. I've never questioned his condition.
Well, he did miss weight one time on the title fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So he's missed weight, but I mean, it ain't no.
It is a big deal. Yeah, in my opinion, it's a big deal. That means
it's a big deal.
Yeah, and I mean, so his last couple fights, he's been in great shape. So coming in, I was looking up and saying he looked prime, and I had never really seen Rolly fight. I seen a few highlights, but once the fight started, I was like, okay, Rolly will lose with these punches. He kind of throwing wild because he missed badly a few times. I was like, that's gonna be the detriment of his downfall.
Well, exactly. I think the good thing about this particular fight, Rolly was probably the best opponent Tank could ever had. And let me tell you why I say that.
Yeah, let's hear that.
Because nobody has sold a Tank Davis fight like that. I mean, people normally like Tank and watch Tank because they're anticipating a knockout, but none of his opponents have talked that much shit to sell a fight to try to make people believe that they're actually gonna win. And you have the betting odds swinging based on the shit that he's talking. So I think for Tank, it was really good. They had the biggest gate in what was that? Brooklyn.
The Barclays Center.
Barclays Center's history. I haven't seen the pay-per-view numbers.
It was 2.5. That was a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's what I seen. 2.5. It was on YouTube. Could have been clickbait.
Whoa!
But I think it was 2. That's a big number.
Yeah, that's a big number.
It's a big number.
If that's true, that's probably like the 3rd biggest pay-per-view numbers ever.
That's a big number.
Because I think Pacquiao and Mayweather did 3 million.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
And I don't know
if that's a real accurate. So don't quote me, y'all, because I don't know.
We got to check that shit out. Y'all hit us up and let us know on that. But I think Rolly did such a great job of selling the fight. One of the things that I never get about fighters or just sportsmanship is so important. Guys, you have to understand, man. Let me tell you, young guys, man, when y'all doing these interviews, these goddamn interviews are your money, okay? Jordan started it. Jordan was a likable guy. He understood how to be in front of the camera and to give an intelligent perspective on things, and he did that shit on the court.
Yep.
And when he lost, he was still a man about it.
Yep.
And Rolly getting out of the ring really hurt him. And I know he's got a fairly good team. Let me tell you why.
Go ahead. I want to hear
this.
I
see you don't think about it, right?
I want to hear this.
Let me go back to something. Let me tell you. Let me rewind a little bit in boxing history. One of the best fights I've ever saw in boxing history, right? Mm-hmm. Was James Toney and Vasily Zhirov. And you probably don't remember this fight.
Yeah, you got. That's about to say you got me on there because I did not remember this.
Oh my God, James Toney did the stupidest shit, which of course I'm a James Toney fan of his work, but his antics and some of the shit he's done, he's probably fucked himself out of $50 million just because of the shit he said.
Facts.
And people got to understand when you say certain things, this shit costs money.
Facts.
So he should have said, and he's got some intelligent people around him. Ain't no knock on James Toney. I don't know the dude like that, but had he said, I just went through a fucking war, because there's no way he could deny that was a war he was in. I just went through hell and back.
Right.
And I don't know if I may have to take a year off.
Right.
He's supposed to sold the next fight. They would have had a fight that would earn him his biggest payday ever had he had a rematch with Vasily Zhirov. Had he said the right words at the end of the fight.
Right.
Now, had Rolly came in at the end of the fight in the ring and gave Tank all the props and said, you know what? I feel like I won 4 or 5 of these rounds, and said it with some composure. I feel like I won the bulk of the rounds, and I got caught with a shot, man. And hats off to Tank. Tank you know, I was talking shit and I'm still talking shit. I was whooping your ass. And I know I would like a rematch, but what I'm gonna do, so before I ask for this rematch, I'm gonna kick four people ass, and you do the same, and let me get a rematch. Can we make that right? Since I know you don't want to do it again. So I'm gonna go knock me 4 motherfuckers out, and then when I come back after that 4, you do the same, and can we get a rematch? Had he said some shit like that, really understand that you're playing to the audience, you're playing to the sponsors, you're playing to the promotion team. You playing to the fans. Hey, this is what's possible. This is what can happen if I do my job and he does his. And at that point, they're supposed to put him in front of 4 ducks and make him look real good. And people gonna say they was ducks. But at the end of the day, now you got a new mega fight. You did everything you said you're gonna do. You'd have got all your money back. I'm telling you.
I think you're right.
Okay.
But I don't think he was in his right mind. He was a little discombobulated because you see when he walked back to the ring, he was holding.
Yeah, he was holding his daddy like he's fucked up.
I don't think he was.
This is where your team comes.
I don't think he was coherent to give that type of interview. I don't think.
But this is where your team comes into play. Go ahead.
I understand what you're saying. I completely agree with you. But I don't think he got caught with a super duper clean shot that he did not. Anytime you see a fighter fall forward, he's out of there.
Well, you get caught with a shot you don't see. That's when the problem is.
Right.
Not
I mean
that
too.
Shot. He didn't see that.
That's what I'm saying. But I mean, whatever it was, I don't think he was. His shit wasn't working right. I think he had to get up out of there. The lights might have been fucking with his motor skills at the time, so he had to get out of there because that knee was bending like a little like an elbow. So I'm not blaming you, Rolly. I get it. I ain't ever been hit with a shot there. I've been hit hard as shit before.
That nigga was looking like this,
but I ain't been hit with a shot like that. So I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. But my is like absolutely right.
I'm ready.
That leg was beyond stanky, boy.
I wish y'all could see my leg. This motherfucker shaking. It's the stanky leg like a motherfucker. That was you, Rolly. Hey, Rolly, but you fought a good fight, man.
You fought a good fight. But I did love the press conference. Right at the fight, he said what he said. He said, man, I was kicking his ass, and I just got caught with somebody. I ran into something. I agree with all that. I ain't gonna say he was kicking his ass. I disagree with that. But I think he had the better.
I saw him hurt Tank. I feel like he hurt him twice.
I agree with that. But he was a more active fighter too. So I think he may have been winning some of the rounds. But I know Tank was waiting for a shot. I knew.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Tank
Anybody that understands boxing know
yeah.
Tank was sitting there like, I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna keep my composure. I'm gonna stay poised, and I'm gonna catch your ass.
But Rolly didn't fight with poise though, because he had a little success early, and he was steady looking for that success with a shot, and it wasn't there, and that's what ultimately landed him on his face.
He's saying he didn't gave everybody the blueprint now, but
right now
I don't know if that's the blueprint because shit.
That's not the blueprint.
That's been the blueprint for everybody.
But I do still
for 24 out of 26. The blueprint has been.
I want to see Tank box. Though.
Sleep.
I want to see Tank.
So you want to see Tank box? Let's get to the next part of this segment. Do you know who Tank would have to box? Tank has had some fights with.
No, Tank could box.
He had to box with what's the Mexican kid, the Puerto Rican kid?
Who, the one he just fought before this?
No, Pedraza. I mean, it was some work, but he actually boxed in there. Now, let me tell you, and this is why I said that I believe he'll beat Ryan Garcia. I believe he'll beat Teofimo.
Yeah.
I believe Devin Haney has a better chance than everybody.
I got to see Devin Haney more. Devin Haney got a good D, but Devin Haney takes some shots too.
But I believe he can still beat Devin Haney. I do not believe he can beat Shakur Stevens.
I don't believe that either. We're
he cannot beat Shakur Stevens because Shakur is
a technician.
Fucking technician, and he's not going to get caught with that shit.
Right.
And as long, even if he gets caught, as long as if you don't knock him the fuck out, you cannot win.
Right.
You can't knock him down, let him get up, and he's not. But now, I think Shakur is with Top Rank, and Davis is with Mayweather Promotions.
Oh, still with Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah, I think he's still. So
after the fight, he said he's still Mayweather Promotions.
Well, I get it because one of the things that I'm not gonna say they protecting him, but it's kind of hard. Most of the politics of boxing is fucked up.
But
that's just the reality.
In fairness, though, if it's about what the people want is about what your bank account want. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad.
Your bag.
Hey
man,
so
get your bag, young man. Get your bag.
Like Floyd say, man, he was a prize fighter, so I think he's going the same route with Gervonta because Gervonta is on pay per view. The other cats ain't on pay per view like that.
Yeah, real shit.
You know what I'm saying? So
because you can't look at the zone. They got Eastern European fighters, a lot of foreign fighters, and shit. He's an American fighter.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, he real Baltimore street nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got that street nigga swag about you, kid. I can dig it. So, his power to sell is to knock you the fuck out.
Right, absolutely. He's an exciting fighter.
Yeah, he's an exciting
he's
not really an exciting fighter. He's exciting because he's probably gonna knock somebody the fuck
that
out.
Makes him exciting. That makes people want to see this. People want to see the knockout because a lot of most casual fans can't appreciate a Mayweather or Shakur Stevens that has boxing skills out of this world. So they want to see the knockout because that's what they know. They can see a knockout. They can't see somebody with the defensive skills, ducking punches, missing punches. They can't see that. A casual fan.
Right.
Now, we're different. We're different kind of fans.
Like most casual fans didn't like the fight, the way he set him up for 6 rounds waiting.
Right.
Like, okay, once I catch your ass,
right.
It's on.
Right. So,
but I think, let's touch on the politics of boxing because you got to realize he's a Mayweather promotion. Rolly's Mayweather fighter. Mm-hmm. So most of these fighters and most of these promoters are they're going to keep all the money in-house. They're not going to give a fuck about what the fans want to see. They're not going to make those fights. Now, one of the things
if I was in the business of boxing, I wouldn't care, to be honest.
Right. I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? It's business.
That's just me. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I get it.
Because I know how to escape, keep business for my personal. Like, my personal opinion can be, I don't think that shirt look good in red, but in reality, red don't sell. Just throwing it out there.
Right.
And it might look better in yellow. So,
right.
That's just my opinion, but it's not what the people want. So I got to go with what the business and the numbers and the analytics say. Hey, what can I do to bring my fighter the most amount of money? And I think that's the business of boxing that I don't think everybody gets and understands or even cares about.
Right. So I don't think even if he fought, if him and Shakur Stevens would not do those type of numbers, I don't believe.
Oh, I don't know. Well, probably not today.
And Rolly sold the fight.
I agree, but I think Shakur
Rolly sells the fight. Shakur is a good fighter who people want to see because they want to see him a knockout. A great fighter. He's a great fighter. I apologize to you, young man. You tough. You cut like that, kid.
Great fighter.
Hey, you cut like that. That one on me. You cut like that, straight up. But Rolly sold that fight.
Oh, I agree.
And so not only did he sell that fight, Rolly's going to be in other big fights.
I agree because I think they're gonna do him and Garcia. I think I seen Ryan was talking that shit. Ryan lost 20 bands to Earl Spence.
Yeah, I don't think he paid him yet, huh?
Yeah, he said he got on his live and said he was gonna pay. I don't know. I don't know if he
take care of the business. You know how this shit go, man. You better, man. You gotta goddamn break the bread.
On your ass, bro. Man, your ass, Garcia.
I'm sure he ain't betting on his ass. He got it.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Fuck it. He don't want to pay him right now. I got you. I got some other shit going. So.
I don't understand, so basically that the fact that he's on Mayweather Promotions and Top Rank, that's basically what ESPN, they fight all their fights on ESPN and what's called it with Showtime.
Right.
So, it's pretty much going to be a bag dispute. Who's going to show the fight, how they going to do with this, that, and the third. I'm sure, but as a fight fan, I would love to see it. Even though we may not see it for a while. So, hopefully the powers that be, put something out there. But like I said, there's still some good fights to be made. I would like to see Lomachenko and Shakur. I would like to see Teofimo and Tank. It's some fights to be made out there. Yeah. Some good fights to be made.
There's definitely some good fights to be made. So. It's just the politics of boxing is a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I guess it's so much money at stake, and once you lose,
it's over with.
Yeah, it's a wrap. So I get it. You know what I mean? From a businessman, from a pure business perspective, shit. I'm keeping everything. I'm keeping everything in house.
And as a fight fan, we want to see the biggest fights, but a lot of those biggest fights and negotiations behind those fights could be, it could be hectic. Like I said, to me, the biggest drawing boxer right now probably is maybe a Tank and a Ryan Garcia. I think that might be the biggest fight for both of those guys, because Ryan Garcia is he's a internet sensation. That's what they call him or whatever. And I think that he's a Mexican fighter. Anytime you got black and Mexicans going against each other, that's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah,
good prize fight. I don't know why it's like that, but that's just kind of how it's been in boxing. So
It's always been that way. You're right.
Yeah, for as far as I can remember. Mayweather got his biggest payday with De La Hoya and so forth and so on. So
yeah, Yeah. Okay. You're right. So. What else was I going to tell you about that?
I don't know. The business of boxing, man. It's it's I'm not fully abreast on everything that goes on, but just some of the things I do know in research, like it's a motherfucker.
I know what I was going to say.
Let's get it.
Here it goes. Now, in the age of social media, as it stands, do these guys really need a promoter?
Ooh.
Like literally,
I'm not gonna say no because I don't want to lose no job. But man, that's a good question because if you look at what
Jake Paul and Logan Paul,
you look at what they're doing. But it took them a long time to get to that platform. They were YouTube. They were doing crazy videos on YouTube, and
it didn't take them no longer than it takes a regular fighter.
Right. I'm not saying that should stop somebody. I'm just saying they built that platform over time, and once they got the platform, they were able to, hey, we box too.
Yeah, they monetized the platform.
Yeah, they monetized.
But what I'm saying is,
the platform wasn't built on boxing.
Just playing devil's advocate. The relationships that a promotion company has, shit, I can't see how the fighter doesn't have those same relationships. And when I say that, how is Showtime not going to come to Gervonta Davis's team if he says you his rep? Hey, Dre is speaking for me, or A is speaking for me, and how are they not? How can I not reach out to them on his behalf when he's officially allowed me to say, hey, I want this, I want that? I can't imagine how that's not possible. So these guys have an opportunity to make all their own big fights.
They got to make their own big fights, but like I said, you've been in the music business promoting a boxing show. It's kind of the same. You can make the fight, but you still got to promote the fight. And you know what I'm saying? How is your phone going out back there? That don't make no sense. Absolutely no sense in the world.
Yeah, nigga,
that
move the cameras around.
Sense. Makes no sense. Your phone should always be on silent.
The cameraman.
Anyway.
I know what it is. That nigga wife calling. What the fuck is you doing? Why you ain't at home yet?
Well,
tell her we shooting late tonight.
In the middle of the show.
Who that? That's your wife?
You know it's his
Hey,
wife.
What's up with you? How you doing? We gonna send him on in. He ain't gonna be much longer.
No question.
Hey, so
but what I'm saying is like, okay, like say me and you set up our fight. Like, are we gonna promote it or our team's gonna promote it? Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's more of a production than it is two fighters agreeing on the fight. Because you got to think about the promo tour. You got to think about the marketing of this fight. You got to sell this fight.
Yes.
So I think it's
no,
work.
I mean, I agree with all that. I mean, you obviously, I'm real big on not reinventing the wheel. So for me,
agree.
I would probably stay with Mayweather Promotions and go through it. If knowing what I know now at this point.
Right.
I don't know if I would be willing to reinvent the wheel. However, that's me at, a much older age. If I'm in his situation and I understand social media, I understand my own star power, I don't know. It's kind of like, it used to be in the music business, you needed the label in order to gain a fan base. Shit, now you can't, the label don't want you without your fan base.
Agree. But what I'm saying is this, though, like, if I'm Gervonta Davis and what do we know that he wants to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I understand what you're saying with the internet following and stuff like that, but can I run a brand? Can I run a business? Do I want to pay these different type of people? Do I want to deal with these type of people? And I can say, hey, I Mayweather, you do the work. Your team already do the work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, I get you. I mean, I
so
get you. I'm just.
I think we like I had this conversation with my friends all the time. Like, we want to put everybody in a boss position when everybody's not meant to be a boss. Not saying he's not speaking.
Yeah, not saying he's not. Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like, in general, like, people always say boss, but nigga's hard being the motherfucking boss. Like, you have responsibilities out the ass. You have everything falls on you if this shit go bad. So, everybody don't want that responsibility. I see why.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Let me give you an example of
something. I like being a boss, by the way.
Yeah, so, me too. So it is what it is.
I'm not complaining by any means.
But I was talking to Adam, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know Adam. So he said he wanted to do a documentary about backstage, about putting the stages together and showing what all goes into this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm talking to him for about an hour, I told him I'm tired. God damn, I'm just tired of all the shit you done told me. Like, so now, this is before the artist even gets here. Now, the promoter of this had to make sure this stage gets put together, had to make sure he got a fan base to come. He had to get the artist. He had to get a rider. All of this shit that goes into these moving parts are a lot.
Yep.
It's kind of like closing a real estate deal.
Yep.
People don't understand how many moving parts there are to closing, whether it be a house or a commercial building. There's so many moving parts. And so the same thing in any business, there are going to be a lot of moving parts. And you have to ask yourself, do I want to actually deal with all the moving parts, or do I want to do what I do best, which is fight?
Right.
And I think in his case, your thing is best is fight.
Right.
And probably sit there and soak up the game from Mayweather, and maybe you may rival him in a promotion.
Look, I don't know exactly what Leonard does, but Leonard, like, he plays a big part in all that shit. Like,
oh, Leonard Ellaby?
Yeah, I think he plays a big part in all that shit. He seems like a very intelligent guy.
Leonard,
because he's been around for a while, and
he's
been around, like,
I know when Jay signed him. I don't know if Leonard was.
I don't think he was around back then.
Coaching him? No, he was around.
I'm saying, okay, but he wasn't the guy he is now, right?
No.
That's what I mean by that.
No.
Yeah, I've seen him in old clips. But
I can't remember. I think Leonard might have started off like as his.
Because Leonard used to get in the ring. He used to get in the ring and, like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know if he was. I don't know what type of trainer he was.
Now he's sitting on top of the back.
Now he's shooting fly to the motherfucker. Hey man, I'm a fan of good work, Leonard Ellaby. Keep up the good work. Hey man, I'm a fan of good work. I love to see a nigga come from here all the way to here, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a fan.
I was thinking about that.
And that's a tribute to Floyd, because Floyd has done a lot of things to bring a lot of his guys with him.
Right.
And you know what I mean?
So I was like, damn.
I support that,
I remember seeing Leonard, in the corner, like, giving water some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Now he's, Yeah, I know that was exactly
now
what
he clean in a motherfucker,
Yeah, now he-
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That nigga
yeah.
head shining like
Yeah.
mine. He looking like new money, but now you ain't even
Yeah.
looking like new money. You been
Yeah.
having a little money
Like you
for
sitting
a
on
while.
top of the bag. Like
Yeah, you
just sitting
fucking
on that
around.
motherfucker.
Hey,
Like,
man,
you know what I mean?
shout out to Leonard Ellerby. Keep up the
Facts.
good work, man.
Like I said, I think it's pieces like that that get lost. Like you don't know how important that person is. Now, how important that piece of that person is to the team.
Yeah, real shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, speaking of teams, like you know what I'm saying, you know, got the finals coming up, man.
The finals.
It's almost that time, man.
So who you like?
Oh man.
Who you like?
Oh man.
Travis, we're gonna start with you. He can't make his mind up.
Yeah,
Who you like, Travis?
You got to. He worried about that phone call he just got.
Wife done got on his ass. He can't concentrate. What's
I'm
up,
gonna go
man?
out on him. I'm gonna go with Boston, man. I'm gonna go with the young boys.
That's not going out on a limb.
I'm going with the young
I
boys.
think Boston is probably the better team.
Ooh.
Let me tell you why. They're younger. They're more physical.
I get it.
They're I was gonna say stronger, but physical, stronger, same attributes. They have a better defense. They have better defense. Younger, more physical, better D. It's just they got a little bit more grit. They have the extra. Now, what Golden State has is the best shooter to ever walk on the NBA floor.
The
and
best two shooters.
The best, yeah, you know, and then you have the other guy over there, other Splash brother over there.
Right.
So this is going to be really interesting, but I don't know. It's kind of hard because I'm a Steph Curry fan, and I think if you're not, you kind of hating. It's kind of hard.
Definitely
But I wish I could see your ass go against Bill Laimbeer and goddamn Anthony Mason and them other niggas when you had to come to that old and get that wood laid on your ass. You know, I want to know how you gonna get up and handle that shit, man.
This gonna be an interesting series, man,
shit.
because I think Boston has been getting to play really, really physical. All the series, Eastern Conference playoffs has been super duper physical. Like it's been really, really physical. And I don't think Golden State has played as physical team as physical as Boston, but I don't think Boston's played a shot making team where all five players on the court at one given time can shoot the ball the way they shoot it, can handle the ball the way they handle it, and get up and down the way they get up and down. And Golden State play a little bit of defense. I like Boston because it's new. Like, you know what I'm saying? Steph Curry done it before. I want to see Jason Tatum, you know, because it's almost that time where the young guys are starting to transition.
Goes
out.
back to my argument. So who you got now? Let's remember.
I said Boston.
No. Goes back to what we talked about on another one of our shows.
What's that?
You got Jason Tatum. You got Stephen Curry. You got Klay Thompson.
You got Jaylen Brown.
No. I'm talking about.
The light-skinned boys.
I'm talking about the light-skinned boys taking over this shit. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? They getting rid of our black ass, man.
I will say this: Draymond Green's one of my favorite players. I think Draymond Green do so much for us, and he remind me of myself when I was just a catalyst to my squad. I'm gonna play some D. I'm gonna do all the dirty work. I love that about Draymond.
I like that about Draymond, but at the same time, I think sometimes he's too selfless. Like, man, shoot the goddamn ball sometimes. You wide open. What the fuck you keep looking for another pass for? Shoot that motherfucker.
I got three bad motherfuckers running around on this perimeter.
But goddamn, you got a 11, 12 footer, and you looking around, man. Shoot that motherfucker.
But they looking for the better shot though, and I'm not mad at that. That's how I like to play basketball. I'm gonna find a better shot.
Okay.
If you've been making 15 shots in a row, like you hot, I got it.
I agree with that part, but I'm saying, like, goddamn,
I don't think Dre passed up layups. I mean, he might pass up a few jumps. I don't think he passed up.
Man, sometimes he just overly passed the goddamn ball.
I love Draymond Green. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm a fan of good work. You can't be. I mean, what I like about both teams is there is a culture of winning on both teams.
I hate I made a pick though, because I like to see how the series gonna go. Is Golden State gonna be able to come in and make shots, or is Boston gonna come in and impose their will and use their size to their advantage? So I would like to see, but I'm gonna go with Boston just because I want something new. And I'm a Laker fan saying it, so damn, it's kind of.
I don't think who's getting the money on here. Do you know? I think Boston should be the favorite.
No, I think Golden State probably gonna be favorite with the experience. I think experience gonna go along with They got
experience?
They got a rookie coach.
Played 82 games. Everybody played the playoffs.
That's fair.
Everybody been playing in the league.
That's
shit,
fair, but when you've never been there before, like you got to think about travel, practice, all the shit that we don't see.
I think that shit is overrated. A bunch of bullshit.
But if I get out there and we want to go out and hang out in San Francisco, fuck around, and get food poisoning like Jordan did in Utah, like we never know what could happen in between the lines, like outside the lines. I'm sorry. So, that's where experience come in. Like Golden State, like Draymond said the other day in the interview I was watching, he was like, when we first went, our role players were the stars of the team. They were the more experienced players, the role guys. But now they've been there and done that. Now Steph got experience, Clay got experience, Dre got experience. It's not Iguodala. It's not.
I tell you what,
Barbosa's and all.
They have an X factor that a lot of people tend to leave off of
that?
Golden State. Fucking Wiggins, man. Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah, but Wiggins is light switch though. He off and on. He's not consistent enough for me. So we don't know what we get.
His defense is pretty consistent.
It was defense on Luka, but he got to guard Tatum and Brown. Them some different type wing players. They're a little more athletic, a little more stronger. Luka's a problem. I mean, but Luka still shot 50% on that nigga. So like, you know what I'm saying? So I mean,
it's gonna be.
I want to see it. Like I said, it's gonna be an interesting series. I mean, it's a good contrast. I mean, because I think if Miami would have won, I think they'd beat Miami easily. So it's a good contrast.
No, they didn't beat them easily. They won 7 games.
I think Golden State would beat Miami easily.
Oh, I do too.
So if Miami would have won, I think Golden State beats them easy. But because I don't think Miami. But once again, I think Boston struggles with offense sometimes.
Yeah, they do. Let's not think they do.
Yeah, and they shoot a lot of threes. If they're gonna live and die by 3, Golden State they're gonna love that kind of game. They're gonna love that kind of game.
We shall see.
So we shall see.
Tomorrow,
right now.
June the 2nd, 2022, on whatever the fuck network they're on.
ABC,
ESPN, all that shit, man. They gonna be. Hey, it's going down tomorrow. Where you watching today? Where you watching the game at?
Man, I don't know. I was just about to ask you the same thing, man. I don't know. I might be at home with with some special treats.
Right. Okay. So, tell me what you think. Let's talk about what is exactly you gonna be at home with. What are you doing?
Oh man!
I mean, I just don't know what single guys do these days.
That's what I'm saying. Shit, I'm not single.
I'm an old guy.
I'm not single.
Oh, okay.
I'm spoken for now.
Oh, you spoken for? What was said about you?
I'm not married. I'm just playing.
Well, if you spoken for, I know they said you wasn't too much of shit. But go ahead and tell me what they said.
Depends on who
you my nigga though. You my motherfucking nigga.
Nah, man. Basketball. Basketball is not like football. Basketball.
Trey. Go ahead, Trey.
Basketball, I got a little, I'm just at the house blazing or something like that. But football, I got my laptop set up. I got my phone. I got the remote control. It's a big presentation from football. So basketball a little bit different. I can just sit back and relax and watch basketball. It's only one game.
So you more of a football than basketball guy?
Yeah, because I play fantasy football. I'll be up here with that motherfucking phone looking at fantasy stats on
I remember.
days. Yeah, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so basketball is not really a big production for me. So I'm kind of at the house just kind of watching the game.
Okay. Well,
I may answer my phone during basketball season. Football season, I'm not answering my phone, so don't even call me.
No shit?
Yeah, I don't really do that shit.
I can dig it.
Yeah, so football, is my thing.
I can dig it. So we're not gonna be long tonight, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. We just want to touch on the fight, touch a little bit on the game. We'll come back and what we're gonna do, sports news and entertainment. It's relentless. Yeah. So we're gonna
we got some guests coming for y'all too. We got a new studio we working on, man. We about to pop out too. So Season 2 on the way, man. Season 1 about done. We got 1 million episodes of Season 1, but Season 2 gonna be new look, man. So y'all be on the lookout for that.
Well, let's do it. Hey, I've been getting some flack about people saying that this looks too plain about our black screen. What do you think about that?
I mean, whatever they want. We got a bad room coming, though. We got a room with all kinds of goodies in it. So yeah.
And we might have a little stripper serving drinks. And, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good look, man.
We're gonna add a different aesthetic to the show.
So yeah, it's gonna be a good look. Hey man, with all that being said, we appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yes, sir.
Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, hit those comments. Tell me what do you think about what we talked about on the Gervonta Davis Rolly fight, and I really want to know. Because we interviewed Shakur, and if you guys looked at that interview, I told him I think he could beat him, but can you take that vicious?
Or not get hit.
Woo! That's vicious. That thing vicious.
Yeah, we got some dope interviews coming, man. We got a lot of shit we ain't put out yet, so it's coming. It's on the way. Travis, got to get him on it. Look at my co-host.
Okay, that was Rolly. That's my Rolly impression.
That's a hell of a name. Rolly got rolled.
Hey, Rolly.
Rolly, you talk that shit, dog.
Hey, one of them memes say, "This how you look when you trying to plug your phone up behind the headboard."
Oh my God, that's cold. But hey, one thing I will say for some of you, not so special fighters, man. Gervonta special, Tank special. For you not so special fighters, y'all better be on the lookout for Rolly, man. Rolly gonna knock one of y'all out talking that shit.
Oh, definitely, most definitely. Yeah, Rolly. I like you. You actually, I just think you fucked up on the interview, but. Man, holla at me. I'll give you some real game on how to handle that shit and get you some real bread. We'll talk about my cut, you know what I mean? But hey, I'm telling you, I got. See, some niggas pimp hoes. I can help you pimp a network. Just fuck with your boy. Hey man, with all that being said, thank y'all for tuning in, man. To the Cole and Dre podcast. I'm Cole,
and this is Dre, and we out, y'all.
Peace. Yeah.
Hey man, what time it is, man? Hey. Relentless. Hey. Hey. Hey, Cole, boss straight, 2 mother, watch them out, no cap. All facts like what you talking about. Boy, listen and pay attention to what we talking about. We can show you how to make 100,000 in the drought.